right, Bob, so the first thing I want you to do when you walk into the gym, and you're probably doing this already, is I want you to foam roll. You know, as you know, it's amazing what foam rolling can do. You know, a little bit of stretching, a little bit of foam rolling can do for the body. So, as we did when you were here, right, I like to start off just seated on the roller. Something to bear in mind, right, the more dense the foam roller, obviously the harder it is on your body, and you can kind of regulate that. The softer the foam roller, the easier it is. Also, the smaller it is, right? The smaller the surface area is on the body, the more intense it's going to be. The larger the surface area, the more it dissipates, and the less intense it's going to be. Something to bear in mind. But we'll start off, man, just going into the glutes, right? We're going to lean back, hands right here. We'll take ankle over knee. We're going to drop the knee that's lifted. We're going to drop to that side. And we're just going to get into that glute. Again, man, you know, this is kind of one of these things where you're just exploring, find where it feels tense, spend, you know, a little bit of time. You can oscillate on that a little bit more. You can even kind of go side to side a little bit. You know, you're just trying to loosen that tissue up a little bit. You know, 20 seconds, 20 to 30 seconds max on a spot, right? You don't need to spend a whole lot of time on it. You know, if it's kind of one of these things where it's just not letting go, after 20 to 30 seconds, it's probably not going to. You don't want to. You can aggravate things with a little bit with self-myofascial release with foam rolling. From here, man, what we're gonna do is we're gonna come back. We're gonna extend the leg. We'll take the opposite leg over. We're gonna roll here, and we're gonna roll that foam roller down. And we're gonna get more of that IT band, just the outside of that leg. And usually, what you'll find is there's like usually 2 spots in each area. So here, right about midway down the leg, you're gonna feel some tension. And then if we go up, we hit more kind of TFL. Upper hip area, we'll probably find some tension here too. So again, then from here, what I like to do is I like to just spin over and get more of your thighs. Now you can do both at the same time, or you can do one, you know, depending upon how tight it feels. You can do both or one, but we're gonna usually end more kind of the midway down. You'll find that it's kind of tense. So again, spend some time, maybe middle of the thigh, woo, you know. Feel free to oscillate, roll around, and then come up a little bit higher. Get into the front of that hip a little bit more. So we'll do the same thing on that other side. Start a little bit midway down. Now we're just exploring, you're just trying to find that tense area, and then roll on down, get more of that upper hip area. And again, from here, I'm going to come back down, we go midway on that thigh. Same thing, kind of IT band area. And then again, we'll come up, we'll hit more of that upper hip on the outside. And then the last thing we're going to do here, Bob, is we're going to come back to that glute on that left side, that opposite side. So again, ankle over knee, drop the knee to the side. And it really shouldn't take you that long to kind of cruise through. You don't have to make it a huge ordeal. You just kind of drop on down, start to foam roll. Then the last thing I like to do is roll on down, get your back. The big thing here is you really want to stay above the floating ribs. Now, I do like to kind of get into that low back a little bit. I find that it feels good. Just be careful, right? It's often contraindicated to roll on your low back around those floating ribs. You know, it may actually feel really good for you. Then again, you can kind of oscillate over to the side a little, get more of the lats, right? Come over to the side a little, and get underneath that, into that armpit a little bit, kind of where that rotator cuff is, woo, super tender, you know. Again, then I like to get into the mid back, bring the elbows together, just kind of get into that mid back. Super simple, right? So there's your foam rolling series. I'm going to end this video. Let's dive into your active stretches that we were doing. Bob, I almost forgot. Let's have you roll out your calves too. So the way we're going to do this, I'm not sure if we did this while you were here. Foot's on the floor, foam rollers here, hands here for support. We're going to lift the hips just a little bit. Again, you'll usually find that there's a tender spot and more towards the belly of the muscle. And then you'll also find that there's a tender spot usually kind of more towards the joint. So again, just 20 to 30 seconds, explore. You can go a little side to side, just find that tension, right? Well, I find that this does help, again, as we go into your static stretching, it just can help really have an effect on your ankle mobility. Again, just 20 to 30 seconds, more towards the knee or belly of the muscle, and then again, more towards the ankle.